Pickles Bill rides a tornado. Pickles Bill was the greatest cowboy who ever lived. He was as wild as tumbleweed in a whirlwind. But how did he get that way? Bill was a mighty teak who was only 4 years old when his family decided to move out west. Some boys would have dreaded such a long trip, but not Bill. Yee-haw! He shouted when he heard the news. Though he was young, Bill was as tough as any pioneer. Bill helps his father get ready for their journey by tossing heavy furniture into the wagon. "He as strong as a bull," said his mother. "No, he as strong as 3 bulls," said his father. Soon, Bill's family was ready to leave when the covered wagon rumbled and tumbled west on dusty roads. After many weeks of hard traveling, they came to the Pecos River in Texas. While the wagon was crossing the river, Bill tossed out his fishing line. A fish just about as big as all of New England pulled Bill right into the water. That fish dragged Bill far down river from his family, but an old coyote saw him struggling and ran to save him. That coyote mother must have felt sorry for Bill because she pulled him from the water. She adopted Bill and taught him the ways of the wild. Bill grew up faster than weeds in the cornfields. First his shirt popped out, then his trousers. He roped with them at night. Bill lived with the coyotes for 15 years. Then one day a cowboy riding along the Pecos River caught sight of Bill. "Hey kid," said the cowboy, "where in the world are your clothes?" "I'm a coyote, not a kid," said Bill, "and coyotes don't wear clothes." "Well, I'll be," said the cowboy, "but if you're a coyote, then where's your tail?" Bill looked for his tail but couldn't find one, and confused. "Well, I'm not a coyote," said Bill. "What am I?" "You're a mighty big boy," laughed the cowboy. The cowboy gave Bill some clothes. "My name is Curly Joe," said the cowboy. "What's yours?" "I'm Bill," said Bill. "I think Pecos Bill is a better name for you," said the cowboy. And so it was. Curly Joe rode off on his horse, and Bill ran alongside him. A rattlesnake behind a rock struck Bill's leg, but Bill's leg was so tough that the snake's fangs couldn't break his skin. Bill laughed as he pulled the snake off his legs. "Well, snake," said Bill, "I guess you can come along with us now." The snake curled around Bill's shoulder as friendly as a kitten. Curly Joe, Bill, and the snake come upon a camp filled with outlaws. Then they saw Bill with a rattlesnake wrapped around his neck. The outlaw gasped. "What do you want?" asked the outlaws, fearfully. "Food," said Bill, "and water." Curly Joe and Bill spent the night. The next day, Bill watched as the outlaw practiced their cattle roping. Then let me show you the right way to use a lasso, said Bill as he picked up a rope. Bill lassoed the head of the outlaw's head. He lassoed embers from the campfire. Bill even lassoed the horns of a toad. Bill saw a wild black horse near the outlaw camp. "What's that horse doing out there?" Bill asked. "Her name is Widowmaker," said the outlaw. "There's not a man alive that can ride that horse." Quick as a whistle, Bill was on the black horse's back. She barked, she kicked, she tossed Bill as high as the clouds, but Bill still landed on her back. For 3 days and nights, Widowmaker tried to throw Bill to the ground. Finally, the horse realized she had met her match and decided to be friends. One day in early spring, a storm came. Flashed like fireworks, and rain pelted the rocks. The storm grew into a tornado. It swept up the snake, Curly Joe, and Widowmaker, and twisted them into the sky. Acting fast to save his friends, Bill used his lasso to catch the ugly tornado by the tail. The twister spun him like an out-of-control locomotive. Bill hung on his rope as the tornado pulled him high into the air. Though he was miles above the ground, Bill wasn't worried. He put one hand over the other on his rope and climbed to the top of the tornado. He rode that tornado like a wild bronco. The tornado twisted and turned until it finally put the snake, Widowmaker, and Curly Joe safely back on the ground. "Yippee!" Bill yelled as he kicked the tornado again. This time the tornado spun around toward a rainbow that was in their path. Bill lassoed the rainbow and pulled it down to the desert. He didn't let go of that rainbow. He yanked it everywhere. Before long, the whole desert was full of colors that rubbed off the rainbow onto the rocks. They called it the Painted Desert. Nowadays, and that's how Bill became the greatest cowboy who ever lived.
Good job!